Now the clouds have cleared. We have emerged from the trial by fire, Gautam Adani. Just imagine. On a cold morning in January 2013, a report suddenly dropped and sent shockwaves across the entire Indian corporate sector. This wasn't from some small agency, but from the well-known US short seller firm Hindenburg Research. The report alleged that Gautam Adani, one of Asia's biggest industrialists, and his group had engaged in accounting irregularities, stock manipulation, and used opaque foreign entities to inflate the value of their companies. In an instant, the stock market was shaken. Adani Group shares crashed as though someone had pulled stars down from the sky and smashed them onto the ground. The man, who was being hailed as the third richest person in the world, suddenly found himself under a cloud of suspicion. People began wondering, could this vast empire collapse because of a single report? Today, we'll dive deep into this very story. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit subscribe so you get the latest updates first. Now, let's start the discussion without delay. At that time, news channels were filled with debates, foreign investors were raising questions, and social media was buzzing with the Adani name on everyone's lips. But amid all this noise, there was one voice that remained focused silently on its work, the voice of Gautam Adani and his team. From the very beginning, they denied the allegations and asserted that the attack was not just on them, but on India's growth story itself. Yet, the market's trust had already been shaken. The Adani Group's market capitalization had plummeted by nearly $150 billion. International media also described it as one of the biggest corporate challenges India had ever faced. Time passed, and investigations began. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, started digging into every allegation. For nearly 2 years, every fact was examined, every document scrutinized. Finally, in 2025, SEBI declared that Hindenburg's allegations were baseless. This verdict was not just a legal document, it was a reaffirmation of the trust Gautam Adani had been emphasizing all along. After the announcement, Adani stated, "Now the clouds have cleared. We have emerged from the trial by fire." In a message to his employees, he admitted that the past 3 years had been the toughest test of his life and of the group. When the report first surfaced, many believed that the Adani Group might not survive. But his employees, engineers, laborers, managers continued their work with the same dedication. Ships kept docking at their ports, flights kept taking off from their airports, power plants continued generating energy, and green energy projects moved forward. In those testing times, the commitment of the employees became the group's greatest strength. Adani said, "You have proven that true character is tested under pressure, and you have shown that the character of Adani is unbreakable." He didn't describe the Hindenburg report as just a business attack, but as a targeted and multi-pronged assault. According to him, the aim was to halt India's rising power. The attack, he said, was proof that when you move ahead rapidly, many vested interests get hurt. Adani framed it as part of a larger global political economic agenda. But instead of weakening them, this storm only made him and his employees stronger. On future priorities, he made it clear that the group's focus would now be on innovation, transparency, and long-term projects. He said, "We are not building for today's applause, but for the legacy of decades to come." This statement reflects that Adani is not satisfied with short-term victories, but wants to create achievements that will be remembered in history. His priorities lie in sectors like energy, logistics, and infrastructure, areas that are set to transform India's future. Gautam Adani also told his employees that they should always remember this period as a spark that tested and strengthened the entire group. He called it an Agni Pariksha, a trial by fire, where gold becomes purer after passing through flames. According to him, this crisis would serve as the foundation for an even bigger Adani Group in the years to come. The experience, he emphasized, would remind employees that true strength emerges only in the toughest circumstances. Hindenburg Research, the firm that had triggered this storm, no longer exists. Yet its report had shaken India's corporate world. Because of it, many foreign investors began thinking twice before committing capital to India. But SEBI's clean chit not only gave relief to the Adani Group, it also reassured the entire Indian market. The message that went out globally was clear. India's regulatory framework is strong, and no company can be toppled by false allegations. Gautam Adani described this entire experience as a lesson. He said that every crisis leaves behind something to learn. This, he emphasized, was not his last trial by fire. In the future, even greater challenges may arise, perhaps on an even larger scale. But every time one goes through such tests, the foundation only becomes stronger. For him, tough times are what reveal true strength and patience. That is why today, the Adani Group stands stronger and more confident than ever before. He also made it clear that his purpose is not just to stay in the headlines. We should not chase applause for today, but build things that can stand the test of time, he said. Headlines last for days, but legacies last for decades. It is this belief that drives him and his group to focus on long-term projects rather than short-lived glory. Adani called SEBI's clean chit not just a legal victory, but a triumph of values. According to him, it was a victory for honesty, transparency, and determination, the very principles that form the foundation of the Adani Group. It was a victory for the employees who did not give up in the toughest times. It was a victory for the vision that has always tied him to India's progress. In his concluding message, Gautam Adani said that growth always brings criticism. When you are at great heights, voices will rise against you. But opposition, he believes, only sharpens your strength. More challenges will come in the future, but the passion and determination that he and his team possess today will become their greatest power tomorrow. Looking at the Adani Group today, one sees an enterprise stronger than ever. From ports to airports, from energy to cement, the group continues to move forward. The Hindenburg assault was meant to bring them down, but instead, it made them more resilient. This story is not just about one industrialist, but about the spirit of India itself, an India that shines brighter after every storm. It is a story of courage, conviction, and a promise made to the land of India.
You something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.